Well, well, well. Look who finally made it. You. The one they tried to erase before you could even say your own name. Let's talk, shall we? You ever wonder why they got so nervous around you? Why they whispered your name like it was a curse? Why the room got a little colder every time you walked in? Even as a toddler. You were 2. Still drooling, still barely speaking, still holding on to stuffed animals. And yet, the adults, they weren't looking at you like you were cute. They were looking at you like you were a goddamn threat. Oh yes, they laughed to your face, but behind your back, they were terrified. And you want to know the real kicker? It wasn't because of what you did. It was because of what you were. You didn't have to say a word. You didn't have to prove anything. You were born with the kind of energy that exposes lies just by existing. You were a walking glitch in their matrix, a living contradiction to their carefully curated masks. At 2 years old, you were already tearing holes in their illusions. And that is why they panicked. Not because you were bad, but because you were too pure, too raw, too unfiltered. They saw that wild power in you, that strange little spark they couldn't define. And instead of protecting it, they plotted against it. You didn't imagine it, you felt it. That heavy air in the room, the stares that didn't match the smiles, the way some adults joked about you being too much, too intense, not normal. Let me say it plain. They did some real dark shot behind your back. They whispered, they gossiped. Some prayed you would calm down. Others tried to bind your spirit in rituals they won't even admit to. They labeled you sensitive, hyper, different. But what they really meant was, we can't control you. Because you weren't like the others, were you? You didn't fit in the box. You couldn't be tamed. Even in diapers, your eyes carried that ancient, ageless stare, like you remembered something you weren't supposed to, like you saw through the adults with X-ray vision. And so what did they do? They tried to clip your wings before you could fly. They made you question yourself, tried to program you to shrink, tried to make you feel guilty for making the room shake just by being in it. They wrapped chains around your gifts, masked it as discipline, called it just trying to help. But what they were really doing was trying to put out a fire they couldn't contain. And guess what? It didn't work, because here you are, still alive, still burning, still weird, still carrying a soul so electric it short circuits fake people on sight. You ever wonder why certain people can't be around you for too long? It's not your attitude. It's not your energy being off. It's your vibration being too damn high for their low-frequency games. You ever notice how your mere existence makes people twitch? You're a walking disruption, a cosmic earthquake in human skin. You bring truth wherever you go. And truth, my dear, is the most dangerous thing in this world. You were chosen, marked, set apart, and while they may have tried to bury you, they forgot one thing. You were the seed. You were meant to be buried, so you could grow underground, in silence, in shadow, in pain, until the day you erupted through the surface with thorns on your stem and lightning in your bloodstream. And that day is today. So let's make one thing clear. You're not crazy. You're not broken. You're not too much. You're exactly what this world was afraid you'd become. You're the fulfilled prophecy, the nightmare of every fake adult who tried to dim your shine. You're the storm they prayed would pass. But you didn't pass. You stayed. And now, it's your turn. To reclaim what they stole. To unwrap the layers of fear they tried to suffocate you with. To own the magic they tried to bury under shame and silence. You are not here to make others comfortable. You are not here to blend in. You were born to disrupt. Born to dismantle the systems that lie. Born to remind people that not everything sacred wears a robe and a smile. Sometimes it wears scars and a grin that says, I survived your rituals. Now watch me rise. Let them talk. Let them fear. Let them squirm in the presence of your truth. Because what scared them at 2 is about to shatter their illusions at full force. And this time, you're not hiding. Oh yes, we're not finished, not even close. You see, part 1 was the awakening. But now we descend into the basement of truth, where the real fire starts. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why they had to move so fast to shut you down? Because they saw it. They saw the blueprint of who you'd become. They saw the fire long before you knew it was there. You were a storm still learning how to crawl. And that terrified them. Not because you were dangerous to yourself, but because you were dangerous to their delusions. You were the glitch, the error code in the fake family. The one kid that didn't flinch when the adults lied. You didn't play along. You ever notice how they treated you different? How they blamed you for things you didn't do? How they isolated you, labeled you, made you feel like you were wrong just for being you? That wasn't discipline, that was warfare. Spiritual warfare, energetic sabotage. They saw light and tried to drown it in guilt. They saw power and tried to chain it to silence. But here's where it gets dark. Some of them didn't just talk. They did rituals. They lit candles, spoke your name in circles, buried your photographs, prayed you would lose your way. Don't look away, face it, because your soul already knows. You've felt it in the nightmares, in the sleep paralysis, in the cold shivers when you're alone and remembering things you're not supposed to. That wasn't your imagination, that was residue. Leftovers of spiritual attacks meant to bind your brilliance. But what they didn't understand is that you are the kind of being that doesn't break. You metabolize poison, you drank down the curses, and turned them into drive. You absorbed every evil intention and twisted it into art, ambition, vision, silence, power, control, chaos. You didn't become a victim, you became an alchemist, and now you've outgrown their chains. You've molted the false identities. You've peeled back the programmed guilt and found the monster they tried to bury. Surprise, that monster is you. And it's not evil, it's awake, it's divine, it's unapologetic. You're not here to ask for healing. You're here to take revenge by existing. Every breath you take in power is revenge. Every time you speak the truth they told you to keep quiet is revenge. Every time you refuse to fold under pressure, you're fulfilling a prophecy. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to trigger, to walk into rooms and remind people of what they refuse to deal with. You don't just enter spaces, you unmask them. And that's why they hated you, still do. They don't hate you for what you've done. They hate you for what you survived. They hate you because you're proof that they never broke you. Even when they used everything. They pulled family against you, used religion, used manipulation, even tried to turn you against you. And yet, here, you are, still intense, still deep, still too much, still remembering things that make people uncomfortable, still speaking in ways that echo like thunder in people's subconscious. You're not meant for surface-level anything. You were built in shadow, crafted in silence, forged in fire. And now, you're the flame that won't die. So don't dim for them. Don't soften for the people who once prayed you'd disappear. Don't silence the roar that grew inside you. while they tried to whisper you into submission. Let the monster out. Let the power off the leash. Let the fire consume everything that tried to cage you. Because here's the final truth they never wanted you to realize. You were never the cursed one. You were the one with the cure, the walking antidote to their lies, the one soul powerful enough to flip the script, not with violence, but with truth. And truth is the one thing they'll never recover from. So smile wide, darling, laugh loud, walk like the storm that remembers everything, because the child they feared at 2 has come back. Not as a victim, not as a villain, but as a force. And this time, no one's gonna stop you. You feel it now, don't you? That heat in your chest, that low rumble in your bones, that quiet ancient voice inside whispering, it's time. Time to stop mourning the parts of you they made you kill. Time to stop apologizing for being the very thing this sick world needs. Let's be honest, you've spent years trying to understand why you were treated like a threat when all you ever wanted was to belong. But you weren't meant to belong. You weren't born for acceptance. You were born to disrupt everything false. That's why they panicked. That's why they attacked. Because even as a toddler, your presence was radioactive. You weren't just noticed, you were felt. And not everyone could handle what they felt in you. So what did they do? They punished your instincts, tried to sterilize your chaos, mocked the depth in your eyes, told you to calm down, stop crying, act normal. But you were never normal. You were raw electricity in a glass jar. And they tried to tape it shut with rules and rituals. Let me tell you something cold. Some of the people who raised you, they weren't trying to love you. They were trying to contain you, because love would have meant accepting your fire. But they feared what they couldn't define. So instead they shamed it, beat it down, buried it under manners, under discipline, under religion, under silence. And you started to believe them, didn't you? You started to think something was wrong with you. You started to split. The version of you that wanted to survive stayed quiet. But the real you, oh, that version never died. It just went underground. And now it's clawing its way out, not with rage, but with clarity. Because here's the most dangerous realization of all. You were never the problem. You were the mirror. The one who reflected everything they were hiding, their lies, their wounds, their hypocrisy. And when people see themselves in you, raw, unedited, no filter, they either awaken or they attack. Guess which one they chose. But they made a mistake. They thought silence meant defeat. They thought your confusion meant they had won. What they didn't realize? You were mutating. While they slept peacefully in their delusions, you were evolving in the dark, becoming something sharper, colder, impossible to predict. And now you walk differently. There's a chill in your presence. There's a fire behind your eyes that says, try me again, and I'll make you regret it without lifting a finger. You're not here for revenge in the childish sense. You're here for reckoning. You're not here to scream. You're here to vibrate so powerfully that the room starts confessing its sins just by your presence. You've reached that level of power where you don't need to convince anyone. You don't need permission. You don't need their validation. You are the validation. You are the danger. You are the proof that everything they feared was true. So now, you become the very thing they swore you could never be. Free. Free to speak with no filter. Free to move with no leash. Free to remember everything they tried to erase. Free to choose, not out of fear, but out of dominance. Because now, you're not the child they whispered about. You're the storm they can't ignore. The reckoning with a memory. the silence that carries the scream, the grin that hides the blade, the shadow they created, and now can't escape. So keep going. We're still rising, we're still sharpening, and we're not done yet. Not until every lie crumbles under the weight of your return. You see, it's not enough to remember the pain, not enough to name the wounds, not enough to break the chains. Now we speak of consequences, because every spell they cast in secret, every whisper behind your back, every ritual, every shame, every "Why are you like this?" It all built something, but not what they hoped. They thought they were breaking you. They thought they were burying you. But instead, they were building your throne. Every insult was a brick. Every rejection was a nail. Every betrayal, a sharpened blade you now wear as jewelry. Congratulations. You are now the product of their deepest fears, a walking echo of everything they tried to suppress. And now, you're not just surviving, you're constructing, building an empire with no blueprint, just intuition, just rage and resurrection, just the memory of being 2 years old, and already too much for this world to digest. You are the storm they fed. You are the chaos they summoned. And the best part? They can't undo it, because the real joke? All that dark shot they did behind your back. It made you stronger. They threw shadows at you, and you swallowed them. They threw guilt, and you turned it into wisdom. They tried to make you small, and now your voice echoes in rooms they can't even enter. Let me be clear. You are not meant to forgive what hasn't been faced. You are not meant to heal for the comfort of cowards. You are not here to shrink so they can sleep easy. You are here to disturb the peace that was built on your silence. You are the reckoning, and reckoning doesn't knock politely. It kicks the fucking door in. So don't you dare make yourself digestible for the same world that tried to poison you. Don't smile to make liars comfortable. Don't soften your tone for people who would have watched you drown. You don't owe them closure. You don't owe them kindness. You don't owe them your light. What you owe is to yourself, to the child version of you who cried in rooms no one noticed, to the version of you that was mocked for dreaming, to the wild little force they tried to sedate with rules, guilt, and fear. You owe that version revenge, not with fists, but with your becoming. You want revenge? Rise. Shine so hard it burns their eyes. Speak so raw it rattles their ancestors. Move so unapologetically that even your silence becomes a scream. Because now you're untouchable. They don't get access anymore. Not to your heart, not to your mind, not to the empire you're building with every step. And this empire, it doesn't look like theirs. It's not made of money and fake smiles. It's made of truth. It's made of scars turned into steel. It's made of fire that never dies. No matter how many prayers they whispered over your name, you were too, and they tried to take you out. So now you take your place. Not in the background, not in shame. You walk into every room like a goddamn omen. Not everyone will get it. Not everyone is meant to. You were never for the masses. You were for the movements. The ones that shake foundations. The ones that rewrite destinies. The ones that walk through hell and come back with fire in their veins and vengeance in their laugh. So walk tall, because they remember what you were at too, but they have no idea what you're about to become. And that's the part that should terrify them most. You've crawled through the fire. You've remembered the rituals, the betrayal, the silence, the shadows. Now we build. But not like they do. Not with masks, not with rules, not with likes and fake friends and overpriced status symbols. No. We build from the ashes, from the bones of your past, from the wreckage of every lie they fed you and called love. You see, this next phase isn't about proving anything. It's about owning everything. You're not the broken one. You're not the cursed child. You're not the weird one, the angry one, the complicated one. You're the original, the prototype, the blueprint for power they couldn't copy. And now, you stop hiding, because all your life you've been taught to filter yourself, to adjust, to tone it down, to make your wild more palatable. Well, guess what? You're not seasoning your truth to suit anyone's tongue anymore. You're coming raw, no mask, no permission, no apologies. This is the phase where you stop trying to be free, and you just are. You speak without fear. You move without explanation. You think without limits. You say no without guilt. You say yes without shame. Because freedom doesn't beg. It walks in like it owns the fucking place, and now you do. But this evolution isn't just about you. It's about what you represent. Every time you walk into a room without shrinking, you give someone else permission to expand. Every time you speak your truth with no filter, you cut through someone else's fog. Every time you refuse to be polite to a lie, you remind the whole system that it's rotting from the inside. You've become a mirror no one asked for, and everyone needs. But make no mistake, there will be resistance. They'll say you've changed. They'll say you've gone too far. They'll say you're full of yourself. Of course they will, because you're no longer digestible, because the version of you they could manipulate is gone, because you're not playing the role of the forgiving victim anymore. You're not wounded, you're weaponized. And this evolution, it doesn't look cute. It looks dangerous, because it is. You're now walking vengeance with a smile, a healed scar with a memory. The ghost of every time they underestimated you, now alive and armed. So what do? You build. You build boundaries they can't cross. You build a voice they can't drown out. You build a path no one else can walk, because it was carved from your own blood. And if they get in the way, you don't explain, you don't shrink, you leave them behind. Because this stage, this isn't about who hurt you. This is about who you become when you realize they never had the power to define you. You are no longer the product of their rituals. You are the result of surviving them. You don't carry their curse anymore. You carry the cure. You are the thing that